If you're new to my channel, I'm a self-aware narcissist, and the number one question that people ask me is how did I become self-aware and decide to change? Rather than repeat myself over and over again, I just thought I'd go ahead and tell you guys. I went through something called narcissistic mortification, or as some people say, narcissistic collapse. Narcissistic mortification is very much like it sounds. We get mortified. And we do go through a narcissistic collapse. That is, we lose all of our supply. We have no one to turn to, no admiration, no validation, no sex, no supply, no services from anyone, the 4 S's. And that could be a narcissist going to prison. That could be a narcissist getting divorced and their wife leaving them and taking the kids and the house and the money and everything else, them losing their job. I mean, look at Lee Hammock. This is pretty much exactly how he became self-aware. I was in a relationship with a borderline who trauma bonded me to her, and then she literally took all of my supply away from me. She took all of my friends away from me. She took my job away from me. She took my money away from me. She put me in such a poor financial situation that I wasn't able to see my daughter anymore. She was cruel, cunning, manipulative, and mean in a way that I had never experienced before. In order to put a narcissist in narcissistic mortification or narcissistic collapse, you have to take everything away from them, all of their supply, and they have nothing left. This is the only way to get them to self-reflect. And people with borderline personality disorder are very good at doing that. I will say this, borderlines can absolutely destroy a narcissist if the narcissist doesn't see it coming. Through studying the most narcissistic person that I'd ever met in my life, I was able to actually look at her behaviors, and while studying them, realize that a lot of those behaviors were my behaviors. And I'm not talking about reactive abuse. I actually was very narcissistic my entire life, and all of the things that I had done to other people, she did to me. But I had never recognized them before because I had my armor up. I had my grandiosity. I had my money. I had my friends. I had my home. I had my fancy car. I had everything that I thought that I needed. Through studying her behaviors and realizing that I was the one who also needed sex, supplies, services, and safety, the 4 S's that all narcissistic people need, that is how I was able to self-reflect on it. And when I actually self-reflected, realized that I was in fact no better than her, it caused me narcissistic mortification. It caused me a deep depression that I was in for several months. I also went to therapy after that, and that is basically how I became self-aware and realized that I needed to change. I hope that clears it up for people. If you have any further questions, put them in the comments.